Part 4, Integrating Psychology with Practical Finance. Chapter 11, Psychological Aspects of Investing. Welcome to Chapter 11, and to Part 4 of our journey. We've spent significant time exploring the inner landscape of your money mindset, from hidden scripts to emotional biases and the power of gratitude and resilience. Now, we arrive at the crucial intersection: how these psychological insights directly enhance your real-world financial strategies, particularly in the realm of investing. For many, investing feels like a purely logical, mathematical exercise. You analyze balance sheets, track economic indicators, and follow market news. While these technical aspects are undeniably important, the greatest impediment to long-term investment success isn't typically a lack of intelligence or data. It's the human element, our emotions, our biases, and our often irrational responses to market fluctuations. This is where the psychology of wealth truly pays dividends. Maintaining a long-term perspective amidst market volatility. If you've ever watched the stock market, you know it's a roller coaster. Prices can swing wildly on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis, driven by news cycles, economic data, and collective sentiment. These constant ups and downs are what we call market volatility. The psychological challenge: our brains are wired to detect threats and seek immediate gratification. When the market drops, fear screams at us to sell and protect what's left. When it soars, greed tempts us to chase the next big thing, often ignoring risk. This short-term thinking, fueled by reactive emotions, is precisely what leads most individual investors to underperform the market over time. They buy high, driven by FOMO, and sell low, driven by panic. The mindset solution, the antidote to short-term emotional reactions, is a steadfast long-term perspective. Warren Buffett famously said, "Our favorite holding period is forever." This isn't just a catchy phrase, it's a deep psychological commitment. By focusing on decades, not days or months, market volatility transforms from a terrifying threat into temporary noise. A dip becomes an opportunity to buy more at a lower price, a surge is simply part of the natural growth cycle. Your understanding of emotional biases, Chapter 5, helps you resist the urge to react to every headline. The importance of patience and emotional detachment in investing. Patience is perhaps the most undervalued virtue in investing, and it's entirely psychological. Growth takes time. Compounding requires years, even decades, to work its magic. Patience: the impatient investor constantly tinkers with their portfolio, chasing hot stocks, trying to time market peaks and troughs. This active trading, driven by the desire for quick returns, greed, or the fear of missing out, FOMO, almost always incurs higher fees and taxes, and often leads to poorer results than a simpler, patient approach. True patience means enduring periods of stagnant growth or even declines, trusting in the long-term upward trend of productive assets. Emotional detachment: this doesn't mean becoming uncaring, it means separating your emotional state from your investment decisions. Your portfolio balance is a reflection of economic forces and company performance, not your personal worth or happiness. When you can view market movements with a degree of emotional detachment, you're less likely to make impulsive, regretful decisions. This is where your ability to cope with stress, Chapter 10, comes into play. You acknowledge the anxiety but don't let it dictate your actions. Think of it like tending a garden. You plant seeds, water them consistently, and trust the process. You don't dig them up every day to see if they're growing, nor do you panic if there's a cloudy day. You maintain your process, understanding that growth happens over time, often out of sight. How understanding your money psychology can improve your portfolio performance. Bringing all our previous discussions together, a deep understanding of your own money psychology is not just about peace of mind, it's a powerful driver of superior portfolio performance. 1. Avoidance of costly mistakes. By recognizing your own invisible money scripts, Chapter 1, you can prevent unconscious self-sabotage. If you know you have a "money is evil" script, you can actively work against the impulse to spend down your wealth. By understanding cognitive biases like loss aversion or overconfidence, Chapter 5, you'll be less likely to hold on to losing stocks too long or take on excessive, ill-researched risks. This alone can save you fortunes in avoided losses. 2. Consistent execution of your plan, knowing your money personality, Chapter 3, and leveraging automation and routine, Chapter 8, helps you stick to your investment plan, especially through volatile times. If you're a saver, you'll naturally excel at consistent contributions. If you're prone to spender tendencies, setting up automated investments before you see the money bypasses the impulse. This consistent action, regardless of external noise, is a key determinant of long-term returns. 3. Enhanced risk management. Your psychological profile informs your true risk tolerance, not just what a questionnaire tells you. If you know you're prone to panic during downturns, you can proactively choose a more conservative asset allocation that you're less likely to abandon when the going gets tough. This prevents the ultimate psychological mistake, selling at the bottom. 4. Resilience in the face of setbacks, market corrections, economic recessions, or personal financial challenges are inevitable. Your ability to navigate financial stress, Chapter 10, and maintain a growth mindset means you're more likely to see these periods as temporary, or even as opportunities, rather than reasons to derail your long-term strategy. You won't abandon your well-thought-out plan. 5. Alignment with your values. When your investing strategy is rooted in your personal values and life purpose, Chapter 7, it creates a powerful intrinsic motivation. You're not just chasing numbers, you're building the life you truly want. This deeper meaning makes it easier to stay committed, patient, and disciplined, even when the market is testing your resolve. In essence, understanding your money psychology allows you to become your own best financial advisor. You recognize your innate tendencies and psychological traps, and proactively design strategies and habits to overcome them. This isn't about being perfectly rational, but about being rationally irrational, knowing your own limitations and building systems to manage them. The investment world will always be unpredictable. But by mastering the mind that interacts with it, you gain a profound advantage, turning the psychological challenges of investing into your greatest strengths. In our next chapter, we'll shift our focus from investing to spending, exploring how to bring mindfulness and conscious intention to your daily consumption. Chapter 12, Mindful Spending and Conscious Consumption. We've just explored how mastering your money psychology can profoundly impact your investing success. But wealth building isn't just about what you accumulate, it's equally about how you manage what you have, particularly your spending. This chapter delves into mindful spending and conscious consumption, showing you how to reclaim control over your outflow of money, aligning it with your true values and financial goals. For many, spending is an automatic, often unconscious, act. We see something we like, we buy it. We feel stressed, we shop. This reactive approach can quickly erode savings, derail goals, and leave us feeling unsatisfied, even after the initial rush of a purchase. Mindful spending, however, is about bringing awareness, intention, and purpose to every dollar that leaves your pocket. Differentiating needs from wants. The first, and perhaps most fundamental, step in mindful spending is to clearly distinguish between needs and wants. This sounds simple, but in a consumer-driven world, the lines can become incredibly blurred. Needs are the essentials for survival and basic well-being: shelter, food, basic utilities, transportation for work, fundamental healthcare. These are the things you must have to function. Wants are everything else. They are desires that enhance our lives, provide comfort, entertainment, or status, but are not strictly necessary for survival. A house is a need, a luxury mansion is a want. Food is a need, dining at a 5-star restaurant is a want. The challenge arises because many wants are cleverly disguised as needs by clever marketing or societal pressure. We might feel a need for the latest smartphone, a trendy outfit, or an expensive coffee, when in reality, these are deeply ingrained desires. The practice: before any purchase, especially a non-routine one, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, is this truly a need, or is it a want? Be brutally honest. This simple question creates a space between impulse and action, allowing your conscious mind to engage. It's not about denying all wants, it's about making deliberate choices. Aligning spending with values and financial goals. Once you can differentiate needs from wants, the next powerful step is to ensure your spending actively reflects your deepest values and your intentional financial goals. We touched upon this in Chapter 7, but here we apply it directly to your everyday transactions. Think of your money as a finite resource, a collection of votes for the kind of life you want to live. Every dollar you spend is a vote. Identify your spending leaks, review your past spending, perhaps using the insights from your budgeting habits in Chapter 8. Where is your money going that doesn't align with your values? Are you spending a significant amount on subscriptions you don't use, impulse purchases that bring fleeting joy, or activities that don't truly fulfill you? These are your spending leaks, areas where your money is flowing away without contributing to your well-being or goals. Prioritize value-aligned spending. Once you identify the leaks, redirect that money towards what truly matters. If experiences and travel are a core value, perhaps you consciously choose to spend less on eating out to save more for that dream vacation. If health and wellness are paramount, then allocating funds to a gym membership or quality groceries becomes a high priority, value-aligned expense. Connect spending to goals. Every spending decision should be viewed through the lens of your SMART goals. Does this purchase move me closer to my goal of a down payment, or further away? Is this small everyday expense accumulating into a significant obstacle to my long-term financial freedom? This doesn't mean never enjoying life, it means enjoying life in a way that is congruent with your aspirations. When your spending becomes an active expression of your values and a supportive tool for your goals, it transforms from a source of guilt or frustration into a source of empowerment and satisfaction. You're no longer just spending money, you're investing it in the life you truly want to live. Breaking free from consumerism traps. Our modern world is a master at creating consumerism traps, subtle psychological tactics designed to make us buy more, often things we don't need, using money we haven't truly allocated. Breaking free requires awareness and intentional counter-strategies. 1. The keeping up with the Joneses trap. This is the constant pressure to match or exceed the perceived lifestyle of friends, neighbors, or social media influencers. It fuels a cycle of endless consumption and often leads to living beyond one's means. Counter-strategy: practice contentment and define your own success. Understand that external validation through material possessions is a bottomless pit. Focus on your own financial goals and values, independent of what others are doing. Embrace the joy of enough. 2. The sale or limited time offer trap. Marketers leverage our fear of missing out, FOMO, revisited from Chapter 4, and our desire for a good deal. Many purchases are made impulsively, simply because an item is on sale, even if we don't genuinely need it. Counter-strategy: implement a 24-hour rule or a 30-day rule for non-essential purchases. If you still want the item after that time, and it aligns with your budget and values, then consider buying it. Often, the urge passes. Remember, a sale isn't a saving if you weren't going to buy it in the first place. 3. The identity spending trap. We often buy things because we believe they reflect who we are or who we want to be. This could be a certain brand of clothing, a specific type of car, or a particular gadget. Counter-strategy: separate your identity from your possessions. Your worth, character, and happiness are not defined by what you own. Focus on experiences, relationships, and personal growth as sources of identity, rather than material goods. 4. The coping mechanism spending trap. Shopping or spending can become a way to cope with stress, boredom, sadness, or other uncomfortable emotions. This provides a temporary high, but often leaves lasting financial regret. Counter-strategy: identify the underlying emotion driving the spending. Develop healthier coping mechanisms: exercise, meditation, talking to a friend, pursuing a hobby, or simply taking a walk. Address the root cause of the discomfort rather than masking it with a purchase. Mindful spending and conscious consumption are about empowering you to be the master of your money, rather than its servant. It's about leveraging your psychological awareness to make choices that truly serve your life and your aspirations. When you spend with intention, every dollar becomes a powerful tool in crafting the life you truly desire, rather than a fleeting escape from reality. In our final chapter, we'll bring all these threads together, helping you synthesize everything we've discussed into your own unique personal wealth philosophy, defining what true wealth means for you. Chapter 13, Crafting Your Personal Wealth Philosophy. Welcome to our final chapter, Chapter 13. We've journeyed through the intricate landscape of the money mindset, uncovering hidden scripts, navigating emotional biases, building discipline, and practicing mindfulness in our financial lives. Now, it's time to bring all these threads together, not just as isolated concepts, but as a cohesive framework that defines your unique relationship with money, crafting your personal wealth philosophy. This isn't about memorizing rules or adopting someone else's definition of success. It's about synthesizing everything you've learned and reflected upon into a personalized approach that guides your financial decisions and, more importantly, shapes the life you truly want to live. Synthesizing concepts into a personalized approach. Think back to the very first chapters. We uncovered your invisible money scripts, those deep-seated beliefs forged in childhood. You explored your financial autobiography, recognizing how key life events shaped your perspective. You identified your dominant money personalities, understanding your natural inclinations. Then, we moved into the practical challenges, navigating the powerful tug of fear and greed, recognizing insidious cognitive biases, and battling the twin forces of the paradox of choice and instant gratification. Finally, we explored the proactive tools, setting smart goals aligned with your values, building unshakable financial discipline through automation and routine, practicing gratitude and cultivating an abundance mindset, and building resilience to navigate inevitable setbacks. Your personal wealth philosophy is the culmination of all this understanding. It's the unique set of principles, beliefs, and practices that you consciously choose to live by. It might include your core financial values. What truly matters to you? Is it security, freedom, contribution, experiences, legacy? Your personal rules for spending and saving, based on your money personality, how will you manage daily finances? Your investment approach, how will you engage with markets, balancing patience with calculated risk? Your emotional guardrails, how will you recognize and counter your specific biases and emotional triggers? Your definition of enough, when will you feel truly content and secure? This philosophy isn't static. It evolves as you grow, learn, and experience new things. But having a clear framework means you're operating with intention, rather than just reacting to circumstances. Defining what wealth truly means to you beyond just monetary value. Perhaps the most crucial component of your personal wealth philosophy is your definition of wealth itself. For too long, society has narrowly defined wealth almost exclusively as monetary value, the size of your bank account, your investment portfolio, or your net worth. And while financial resources are a critical part of the equation, true wealth is far broader and richer. Reflect on what genuine richness means in your life. Time freedom, the ability to choose how you spend your hours, rather than being dictated by external demands. Health and vitality, the physical and mental well-being to enjoy your life and pursue your passions. Meaningful relationships, deep connections with family, friends, and community. Purpose and contribution, the sense that your life has meaning, and that you are making a positive impact. Personal growth and learning, the continuous pursuit of knowledge, skills, and self-improvement. Experiences, the adventures, travel, and moments that create lasting memories. Peace of mind, freedom from constant financial worry and the ability to sleep soundly at night. Monetary wealth is a powerful enabler of these things, but it is rarely the end goal itself. If you accumulate millions but sacrifice your health, relationships, or peace of mind in the process, can you truly say you are wealthy? Your personal wealth philosophy shifts the focus from simply accumulating dollars to cultivating a rich, fulfilling life supported by your financial resources. It encourages you to build a bridge between your bank account and your deeper aspirations. A continuous journey of self-discovery and financial growth. Finally, understand that crafting your personal wealth philosophy is not a one-time event, it is a continuous journey. Just as life evolves, so too will your understanding of money and yourself. Self-discovery. Every financial decision, every success, and every setback offers an opportunity for deeper self-discovery. Did a market downturn reveal a lingering fear of scarcity? Did a spending spree highlight a need for more mindful consumption? These insights are gold. Lifelong learning. The financial landscape changes, and so should your knowledge. Continue to read, learn, and adapt your strategies. But always filter new information through the lens of your established personal wealth philosophy. Adaptation, not perfection. You will make new mistakes. Your financial goals might shift. Life circumstances will change. Your philosophy isn't a rigid dogma but a flexible guide. Be prepared to adapt, refine, and realign as needed, always returning to your core values and your definition of true wealth. The psychology of wealth isn't about becoming a perfect financial machine. It's about becoming a conscious, intentional, and resilient human being in your financial life. It's about recognizing the invisible forces at play, harnessing your strengths, mitigating your weaknesses, and ultimately, building a life that is truly rich, meaningful, and aligned with your deepest sense of purpose. You now have the map. The journey awaits. Go forth and craft your extraordinary financial life. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please don't forget to like, comment and share this video. Also don't forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon, so that you don't miss out the next video. For now, you can continue with the next video or can go through the complete playlist provided here.